Welcome back to your Morning Manna and part 2 of starting well in 2021. As we're in this final week of 2020, this is a great time to be looking at the new year. The best way to finish well in 2021 is to start well in 2021. Yesterday, I gave you my perspective of what it means to start well. I said that starting well is about cooperating with God and His plan for your life to become who He has called you to be and to grow in the purpose He has for you. Today, I will begin sharing my process of closing out a year and walking into a new year, and I pray that this will help you in your journey as well. Before I focus on next year, I reflect on the current year. You see, reflection helps us to remember, and remembering is essential to our growth as believers. Psalm 77 verses 11 and 12 say this, "But then I recall all you have done. O Lord, I remember your wonderful deeds of long ago. They are constantly in my thoughts. I cannot stop thinking about your mighty works." You know, we find the word remember in the Bible about 163 times. And the majority of those times, it is used to remember what God has done. You see, when we remember what God has done, it helps us to build our faith toward what God is doing and in what He's going to do. Remembering also helps us to assess growth in key areas of our lives, our relationship with God, personally, our families, our work, etc. Remembering helps us to increase our self-awareness and helps us to learn. Remembering helps us to accurately see where we are today and positions us to move into tomorrow. Remembering helps us to see patterns, and patterns help us to identify areas where we're doing well in, as well as areas where we may have to just have a lot of room to grow in. If all our days are part of the one life journey that we're on, then reflection helps us to see the hand of God from one day to the next, from 1 month to the next, and from 1 year to the next. So here's how I do it. The tool I use is Evernote to record this stuff down, but what I start off with is I write the highlights of the year, such as key events and experiences. Then I reflect on my cooperating with God in becoming who He has called me to be and moving toward the purpose He has for me. How did my walk with God go this year? How did my character grow this year? How did I grow in the areas God highlighted to me in the beginning of the year? What key lessons have I learned? What is the state of my relationships? So if you have some margin today or sometime this week, I encourage you to take time to reflect. Today is about the act of reflecting, writing it down. Tomorrow, we'll discuss the attitude of reflecting. I'll see you tomorrow.